Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, May 8th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 670 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. FEC drops Trump hush money investigation. New Jersey infectious disease expert dies in India of COVID-19. An attorney for an accused Capitol rioter claimed his client participated in the January 6th siege because he had Foxitis and Foxmania from watching Fox News for 6 months. Melinda Gates warned Bill about Jeffrey Epstein. Ex-cop found with $570K in van after crash with soccer team bus, Nebraska sheriff says. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Jay-Z files for trademark, appears to be ramping up production company, TMZ. More people are dying from COVID in India than at any stage of the pandemic, CNN. Copper just smashed past a record, here's what you need to know, Bloomberg. Too bad, Zuck. Just 4% of US iPhone users let apps track them after iOS update, Gizmodo. COVID-19, more vaccines near approval, but global drive could remain stalled, The New York Times. Chinese rocket expected to crash into Earth this weekend, CNN. Canelo Alvarez vs. Billy Joe Saunders, live round-by-round updates, MMA fighting. Washington Post says U.S. secretly obtained reporters' records, The Associated Press. Wade Miley throws MLB's fourth no-hitter of 2021 season in Reds win over Cleveland, Bleacher Report. Teacher, custodian hailed as heroes after Idaho school shooting injure 3, KSL.com. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. GOP rep reveals how many colleagues actually believe Trump's election conspiracies. Ted Cruz's new try at dunking on The Daily Show goes embarrassingly awry. Vivica A. Fox recalls racist insult from Ivanka Trump on Celebrity Apprentice. RNC tweet about freedom of speech does not go well. After $12 billion JP Morgan bailout, CEO Jamie Dimon doesn't want Biden throwing money. Newsmax reporter tries Trump's people are saying logic, Jen Psaki isn't having it. Trump's Department of Justice secretly seized Washington Post journalists' phone records, report. Elon Musk teases he's a wild card before Saturday Night Live debut. Donald Trump Jr., miffed that Twitter called his Jimmy Carter tweet confusing. 900,000 Americans estimated to have died from COVID-19, study says. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 3 killed after possible black powder explosion. Zebra caught after escaping auction. PD, 7 juveniles injured in stolen car crash. NTSB, CO poisoning behind fatal plane crash. Teen opens high-end sneakers store. Scholarship offered after mock interview. Students raise over $10K for cancer research. Beekeeper helps police find suspect in lift death. Man in custody after trooper-involved crash. 2 officers shot, 3 in custody. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. More vaccines near approval, but global drive could remain stalled. NCAA chief, pressured by state laws, pushes to let athletes cash in. At India's funeral pyres, COVID sunders the rites of grief. The separate worlds of Bill and Melinda Gates. Marooned at Mar-a-Lago, Trump still has iron grip on Republicans. Got masks? Here's what to do with them. Roger Federer on his new gig, Swiss tourism spokesman. Germany is seeing virus cases go down and vaccinations go up. Former Maldives president is critically injured in bombing. Seeing the real faces of Silicon Valley. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Arizona man charged with manslaughter in head-on crash with armored truck that left girl, 11, dead. Ernest Angley, longtime televangelist and author, dead at 99. Lauren Appel, why Dem's poor performance in Virginia may flip state red, point to GOP victories in 2022. Martha McSallis, ex-deputy campaign manager, pleads guilty to stealing more than $115,000 from campaign. Army hammer spotted in Cayman Islands, first time seen since raid allegations. Ohio juvenile detainees flip tables, cause other damage during brawl, report. Los Angeles homicides on pace to hit 340 for 2021, would match last year's pandemic surge, report. San Diego woman found dead in trash can, family devastated as detectives seek answers. Women founded spirits brand to toast to on Mother's Day. Mets top Diamondbacks after Red Raccoon debate, or something else? You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, May 8th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stream the Wells Fargo Championship. Director Kelly Oxford on MTV movie Pink Skies Ahead. I haven't seen another film that delves into anxiety like this one. Former First Lady Michelle Obama on Derek Chauvin verdict, there's still work to be done. Olive Veronese, the Pennsylvania who went viral for I Need More Beer pandemic photo, dies. Texas Senate passes constitutional carry bill. 4-year-old New York boy orders over $2,600 worth of SpongeBob SquarePants popsicles on Amazon. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Election 2021, Nicola Sturgeon fights to hold on to her majority. Duchess of Cornwall's interview on domestic abuse as she visits women's refuge in Reading. China has been preparing for WW3 with biological weapons for last 6 years, U.S. investigators say. Long-distance couples say they should be made exempt from COVID quarantine rules. ITN's Tom Bradby says Prince Harry and William have been arguing for past year and a half. You've won, mother of 2, 49, took her own life after sending final tragic text to husband. How to readjust to socializing and maximize the pleasure of going out, experts reveal. High-speed rail services are cancelled across UK after hairline cracks are found in Hitachi trains. Here's everything you need to know about where we can travel after May 17th. The Mail's travel team tackles travelers' green list questions. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Bomb kills at least 25 people near school in Afghan capital. Bombing outside Kabul girls' school kills at least 25. Explainer, why are people protesting across Colombia? Palestinians and Israeli police clash in Jerusalem over planned Arab evictions. Faye Shulman, partisan photographer who captured Jewish resistance during the Holocaust, dies at 101. Maldives, Islamic extremists behind attack on ex-president. Philippine troops drive away armed rebels from public market. South Africa's royal scandal, new Zulu king's claim disputed. Mass murder and the sin of silence. French court to decide landmark case against the U.S. makers of Agent Orange. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Hive News. Pope calls for vaccine patent waiver. UK could be protected from COVID by August. I've spent so much of my life dreaming of homes I cannot afford. Deborah Levy. Decolonizing Rodin, America's racial reckoning comes to a San Francisco art museum. Life on the rocks in Brazil's Campo Rupestre. I walked out of Avengers profoundly changed, our writer's favorite cinema moments. U.S. health insurers report billions in first quarter as small providers face stress. The sleazy, sordid Medgate scandal, are the walls now closing in on him? More than 205 Palestinians wounded in Jerusalem Al-Aqsa clashes. It's like a place of healing, the growth of America's food forests. French military pilot tied up on firing range during bombing as hazing prank. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Drone attack on Iraqi base hosting U.S. troops, no casualties. India's surge hits southern states, prompts more lockdowns. Mom opens up about botched police investigation into daughter's murder. 17-year-old killed at junior basketball game in Australia. Video shows Texas police shoot man who had club, box cutter. Chinese rocket debris expected to plunge toward Earth. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Prince Masizulu named next Zulu king amid family feud. Al-Aqsa Mosque, dozens hurt in Jerusalem clashes. Spy revs up check Russian tensions. India's COVID crisis delivers a blow to brand Modi. The misinformation bubble threatening Brazil's indigenous people. The smart and cheeky Aboriginal boy teaching Australia a lesson. Our first day of freedom on American soil. Michelle Obama, Black parents have fear in our hearts. Philippines COVID surge throws country into disarray. Me too Serbia, I thought I was the only one. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Vultures circle a tropical paradise in Florida as Brevard County's graveyard of manatees grows. Afraid of dying in here, how inmates fought for COVID vaccinations, protections after jails and prisons failed to protect them. GOP lawmakers hold rally in Florida. In California, Palm Springs historic gay bar see light at end of tunnel. Tagged white shark in Atlantic may be pregnant. Internationally known televangelist Ernest Angley dies at 99 after a lifetime of controversy. Today in history for May 8th. AP Top Stories May 7th p. Idaho Middle School employees hailed as heroes after 6th grade girl injured 3 in shooting. More than a third of Americans vaccinated. Pfizer vaccine may become first in U.S. to get full FDA approval. Latest COVID-19 updates. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Cruz Reynoso, California's first Latino state Supreme Court justice, dies at 90. As diesel death zones spread, pollution regulators place new rules on warehouse industry. LA City Council meetings will return to City Hall starting June 15. California sees record number of guns confiscated under red flag law. Paul Van Doren, co-founder of Ant Shoes, dies at 90. Irvine man used COVID relief loans to buy Ferrari, Bentley and Lamborghini, federal authorities say. Sheriff's Department says tactics used during gunpoint detention in Lancaster are not taught. 2 arrested in theft of thousands of dollars in lottery tickets in Placer County. California's population has fallen for the first time in history. Juliet Paskowitz, matriarch of the first family of surfing, dies at 89. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, May 8, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. The chief minister of the Indian state of Uttarakhand was replaced by his party because he wanted to restrict a large religious festival. Gay Croatian couple's 5-year legal battle ends as judge rules they should be allowed to adopt. Intel, UN finds undeclared chemical weapons stockpile in Syria. Dozens of German priests will defy the Vatican and live stream blessings of gay couples. Nepal wanted to buy millions of jabs but couldn't because of middlemen asking for commission on each dose. Brazil shocked by warlike police raid that leaves 25 dead in Rio de Janeiro favela. U.S. calls for Taiwan to join WHO meeting, China warns against separatist activities. Tokyo hospital posts messages on windows, Stop Olympics, the Asahi Shimbun. Toronto Catholic schools will raise pride flag next month for first time. Destruction of Brazil's Amazon rainforest speeds up for second straight month. Israeli apartheid, Israeli soldiers are attacking Palestinians in their homes and mosques. Israeli police fire rubber bullets and stun grenades upon Palestinian worshippers at Al-Aqsa Mosque, Islam's third holiest site. 178 Palestinians injured, 88 hospitalized, 5 with major head injury. In threat to Russia, EU grants US troops unhindered movement across continent. COVID is killing 120 people an hour in India, and it could stay really grim for months. China has urged United Nations member states not to attend an event planned next week by Germany, the United States and Britain on the repression of Uyghur Muslims and other minorities in Xinjiang, according to a note seen by Reuters on Friday. The next headlines are from Forbes. Golden State Warriors to sign Juan Toscano Anderson and Jordan Bell, prioritizing fit for playoffs. Whiskies for Mama, a Mother's Day roundup of interesting spirits. WWE SmackDown results, winners, news and notes as Jimmy Uso returns. Biden administration reportedly needs billions in extra funding to shelter migrant kids. Dogecoin soars past 70 cents to record high after Elon Musk SNLTs. Biden administration wants to restrict sales of homemade ghost guns, here's why. In Arizona's bizarre election audit, ballots are being checked for bamboo and election chief has been assigned protection. Shadow and Bone is the first show on Netflix to reach this incredible milestone in 2021. This true crime series is now the #1 show on Netflix. XA2 Arizona Senator McSally pleads guilty to stealing $115,000 in campaign funds. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Scientists OK plan to release 1 million tons of wastewater from Fukushima. International COVID-19 trial to restart with focus on immune responses. Making large-scale, functional, electronic textiles. NASA reboots its role in fighting climate change. Coronapod, waiving vaccine patents and coronavirus genome data disputes. The error-prone step at the heart of making an embryo. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,703,755,990 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The streets of Port-au-Prince speak out in Zurich, winner of Hot Dog's Best Canadian Feature Award. Hot Dog's title You Are Not a Soldier delves into the horrors of war. Why China holds lessons for soccer's next European Super League. How streamers like DAZN are scoring sports broadcasting rights from pay TV operators in Europe. Miranda Lambert takes it home to Texas with Jack Ingram and John Randall on the Marfa Tapes album review. How a chance encounter with David Oyelowo led composer Peter Bear to score his first film. Goonies reenactment pilot, blood relative not moving forward at Fox. They Own the Media, the 10 craziest lyrics from Van Morrison's latest album. Lloyd Price, R&B pioneer known as MR, personality, dies at 88. Cinema's unhappiest state of emergency is extended in Tokyo. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Israeli-Palestinian clashes escalate in Ramadan night violence at Al-Aqsa Mosque. In response to Justice Department, Arizona Senate says plan to canvass voters is on hold. Pfizer seeks full FDA approval for COVID-19 vaccine. The worst I've seen, Capitol Police face scrutiny for lack of transparency. Coronavirus frequently asked questions, am I legally and ethically bound to say if I got a COVID vaccine? Is the variant from India the most contagious coronavirus mutant on the planet? Looking for a bed for Daddy Lolo, inside the Philippines COVID crisis. CDC official who warned Americans coronavirus could cause severe disruption resigns. In first big test, oversight board says Facebook, not Trump, is the problem. Montana GOP pushes for more redistricting power after state gains congressional seat. The following headlines are from The Week. Newsmax host insists he only wears the most prestigious brand in pants after getting dunked on for his khakis. Pete Davidson defends really nice Elon Musk before his controversial SNL hosting gig. The Queen is now selling gin to support her extensive art collection. The Daily Gossip, Pete Davidson defends Elon Musk ahead of SNL, a Portia de Rossi mystery, and more. The week's best photojournalism. The IRS is apparently having a major problem with broken printers. The Week contest, Java Boost. Seth Rogen is still haunted by a conversation with George Lucas about the end of the world. Chauvin and other former Minneapolis officers charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights. China assures everyone the odds of rocket debris causing harm are extremely low. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The leggy this week, lurching rightward. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. How the publication process works for science journals. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Mars helicopter completes its fourth flight, 117 seconds of airtime. We could detect extraterrestrial satellite mega-constellations within a few hundred light years. What we've learned about Venus from the Parker Solar Probe. 1 full year of seismic data collected by Mars Insight includes 500 quakes. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, May 8th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. History of Mars habitability preserved in ancient dunes. Mars might support microbial life, deep underground. Spica, bright beacon of Virgo, is a whirling pair of egg-shaped stars. Bright star Vega on May evenings. The next news is from Politico. French president calls on US, UK to stop blocking vaccines. Biden administration signs on to international effort to curb online extremism. America First isn't going away, Gates and Green strike defiant tone at tour kickoff. Fed seized Washington Post reporter's phone records in leak probe. McSallis former deputy campaign manager pleads guilty to stealing campaign funds. Detroit police chief preps Michigan governor campaign against Whitmer. Justice Department rule would aim to crack down on ghost guns. Stefanik privately pledges to serve only through 2022 in House GOP leadership. Biden administration releases first batch of White House visitor logs. Internal study highlights struggle over control of America's special ops forces. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. AFL 2021 live updates. Tight start between Swans and D's. Power take early edge over Crows in Showdown XLIX. Munga guides Crusaders to victory in Super Rugby Aotearoa final. How a quit expert is helping change future of clean energy. Rob's home sold for 150 times what he paid for it, so he helped homeless women. Tigers botched the chance to honor Tommy Raudonikis, again. Almighty rocket explosion, young boys in lucky escape from Sydney crash. Mother's Day is more relevant than ever. Toughest lockdown, Melbourne's dark 2020 in global context. DeGoer Oibut 6 to lead Magpies to breakthrough win. Williams back but Blues axe Dow, Petrevsky-Seton for Dogs clash. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Dispatches from a pandemic. Everything seems to go smoother when we're together. Companies dangle spa weekends and free meals to lure workers back to the office. TaxWatch. From stimulus checks and Bitcoin to mask write-offs, read this checklist before the tax filing deadline on May 17th. Can you be fired for refusing to get a COVID-19 vaccine? America is about to find out. What's behind the steep rise in grocery prices over the last year? Will full FDA approval for Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine move the needle on vaccine hesitancy? TaxWatch, one culprit in IRS backlog of 1.7 million tax returns, broken printers and copiers, Watchdog report says. The Moneyest, my friend set up a GoFundMe to pay for her sick pet, instead of getting a refund on our vacation. I cancelled the trip. Who's right? The Moneyest, I have crypto FOMO. I'm too old to sit and hope I can make up for the lost time by safely investing my little bit of money. The Moneyest, my ex-husband moved in. He pays $150 for cable, his only expense, and gives me the silent treatment if I ask him to pay for dinner. The April jobs report reveals two very different Americas. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. 10x sues nano string for royalties on genetic research technology, Bloomberg Law. Results of the plan to reduce Brazilian PTO's patent backlog, Lixology. COVID-19, science got it right, would patent get it right too? Intellectual property, Thailand, Mondak News alerts. Form 10Q Vericate Pharmaceuticals 4, Mar 31, StreetInsider.com. Samsung opening hundreds of mobile patents to the masses, Sam Mobile. Compulsory licensing, a solution to the current debate on anti-COVID vaccines, Lixology. Ideas not rising to the level of protectable IP do not trigger an obligation to assign, intellectual property, United States, Mondak News alerts. Understanding the differences between the trilateral patent offices and determining inventive step, intellectual property, Japan, Mondak News alerts. Clash of Clans, Heyday game maker fights infringement claims in Marshall Federal Court, Marshall News Messenger. IP strategies for AI innovators in healthcare, intellectual property, UK, Mondak News alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. There's no good reason for Amazon to split its stock. Shipping now faces the highest price on carbon for any global industry. India could see over 1 million COVID deaths by August due to Modi's self-inflicted national catastrophe. Before burials, what did humans do with our dead? Weekend edition, India's vaccine paradox, chip shortage, but implants. After being hired in huge numbers, U.S. delivery workers are losing their jobs. Moviegoers are back, and they're devouring popcorn at record rates. 11 Madison's all-vegan menu was motivated by more than climate concerns. The Texas blackouts generated billions in revenue for gas companies. Get ready, Portugal, the English are coming. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Stadia exodus continues as product head for Stadia exits. Content moderation case study, Google removes popular app that removed Chinese apps from users' phones, 2020. Thanks to Section 230, I can correct Wired's portrayal of my Section 230 advocacy. Uganda said it would ban VPNs to prevent users from dodging its absurd new social media attacks. Guess how that worked out? Wired's big 230 piece has a narrative to tell. Daily deal, Firo active noise cancelling wireless earbuds. UK court overturns 39 convictions of post office workers caused by buggy software. Big telecom sues New York State for trying to bring cheap broadband to poor people. Peloton is having a rough week, product safety recalls and news of customer data exposure. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Paul Van Doren, Zion Williamson, Wade Miley, Chinese rocket, Miranda Lambert, the Marfa tapes, SNL, Lily James, Paulina Porizkova, Aubrey Plaza, Keisha Lance Bottoms. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Locals demand justice after death toll in Rio de Janeiro's most lethal police raid on favela rises to 28, photos. India ramps up oil imports from Saudi Arabia after price cut. Largest U.S. pipeline halts all operations after cyber attack. He'll be breathing out of his mouth for a while. Bellator star Michael Page flattens rival's nose with face kick, video. 27 million Soviet citizens lost their lives fighting the Nazis. Westerners comparing USSR to Hitler's Germany insult their memory. Iraqi base housing U.S. forces targeted by drone in second attack in less than a week. At least 155 million people globally facing food crisis, with 20 million added last year, report. To the moon, Musk's favorite crypto Dogecoin sets new record ahead of billionaire's SNL appearance. Civilians flee as Philippine soldiers dislodge 200, hungry, Islamist militants who seize town market, media. China's foreign exchange reserves soar to $3.2 trillion. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Web, this Biden proposal could make the USA digital dictatorship. When will lab-grown meat become cheap enough to buy? Existential economic threats, how U.S. states can survive without federal money. Dream Chaser spaceplane cleared to resupply space station. Bovard, the coming IRS reign of terror. East Bay Area home selling $1 million over asking price. The rise of Bitcoin. Demand for resin plants booms during pandemic. New image shows Mars helicopter completing fifth flight. Texas Senate approves permitless carry of handguns. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Ethiopia's Orthodox Church Patriarch condemns Tigray genocide. India records more than 4,000 COVID-19 deaths in a day. World reacts as Jerusalem tensions escalate. Muslim women are reviving forgotten tradition of Quran recitation. Foreign agents and extremists, Russia's attack on critics. Libya, gunmen storm hotel used as presidential council HQ. Fighters of breakaway Muslim group storm southern Philippine town. Colombia's Duque seeks to calm protest as grievances fester. Myanmar army says no ASEAN envoy visit until stability restored. Carers at Google Children's Centers demand transportation support. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, homeless man hasn't been paid for sample on Daft Punk's One More Time. City and State New York names Sean Patrick Maloney this week's Biggest Loser. CT Governor Lamont, we'd like to keep indoor mask mandate for another month or two. Exclusive Ashley Hinson, Elise Stefanik right person to steer House GOP ship to take back majority in 2022. Oklahoma governor signs bill banning teaching of critical race theory. Graham, GOP cannot grow without President Trump. Report, Hunter Biden's connected to chief spy of China through his Chinese-American secretary. Medium, founders wanted critical race theory, 1619 project to be part of the conversation. Warren, jobs numbers show we need universal childcare. Joe Biden admits he's noticed I forget to put my mask back on, a lot of times. The next headlines are from UPI News. Man wins $5 million lottery jackpot with wrong ticket. Look, rare calico lobster rescued by Red Lobster workers in Virginia. Watch, Illinois 12-year-old builds ventilator using Lego parts. Watch, bull escapes trailer outside Illinois veterinary clinic. Mississippi school seeks world record for jambalaya. Watch, man sets Guinness record for fastest time to build Lego's largest set. Watch, New Hampshire woman rescues hawk from backyard pool. Watch, mad zebra escapes truck in Tennessee town. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Jacques Vallée's The Best Kept Secret, delayed. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Unaware she was pregnant, lucky lady is on same flight as neonatal crew when she gives birth prematurely. Researchers boost performance of solar cells by using human hair from a barbershop. Free masterclasses in nature writing with top journalists and authors now offered on Zoom. Young woman is trying to adopt her new friend to keep the 27-year-old out of a lifetime of institutions. Muddy bride sacrifices dress to deliver calf during wedding reception. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, May 8th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Satellite spots 2M bull shark apparently traveling down major NSW highway. After 50 years, a daughter found her birth mom, who starred on her favorite show as a kid. Murder rap, Young Ian Ace and Fulio have invented a new genre in Jacksonville based on dissing the dead. Woman fatally shot in the chest while trying to break into ex-boyfriend's home. Scientists have taught bees to smell the coronavirus. They can identify a case within seconds. Complying with health authority meant non-compliance with God, Alberta pastor testifies. Children end school bus hijacking by asking lots of questions. He was a blind weightlifter, then he got shot in the face. Live Leak's reign of gory terror is over after 15 years. Ohio State Senator caught driving during Zoom meeting with fake office background. Senator Andrew Brenner was caught while lawmakers in Ohio are considering a bill to crack down on distracted driving. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. How a TikTok Me Too trend has empowered teens to speak out about their experiences. Wraith, The Oblivion, Afterlife is the creepiest VR game I've ever played. Mushrooms on Mars is a hoax, stop believing hack scientists. Twitter launches TipJar, here's how to use it. This package can train you as a six-figure worthy data scientist, and even help get you hired. Suck it, Zuck, only 4% of US iOS users say okay then to ad tracking. You decide whether autonomous shuttles will happen or not. Virgin Hyperloop co-founder says commercial trips could start in 2027. WhatsApp backtracks on its threat, won't deactivate accounts for not accepting new policy. The Apple Podcasts app redesign is a crime against humanity. The following headlines are from Science Daily. 18.5 million-year-old vine fossil identified as new species. Some meat eaters disgusted by meat. Migratory songbirds climb to extreme altitudes during daytime. Supernovae twins open up new possibilities for precision cosmology. Hologram experts can now create real-life images that move in the air. The next headlines are from Information Week. Move over, Zoom, holograms are next. 5 reasons open source is critical to going cloud native. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, May 8th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA selects contractor for quiet supersonic flight community testing. Texas students to hear from astronauts on International Space Station. NASA, Axiom Space to host media briefing on private astronaut mission. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. After tension over her speaking, here's what the wife of the LDS president told graduates at Utah Valley University. The triple team, Bogdanovic's 48 points by the numbers, how Jazz's defense improved from awful to great. Sex therapist Natasha Helfer says she feels like she's been kicked out of her home after LDS ouster. Bojan Bogdanovic's career-high 48 points carry Utah Jazz over Nuggets in playoff-like atmosphere. Rubin bicycle kick erased by Wondolowski brace in RSL loss. RSL is off to a 2-0 start. Should fans get excited, or is it still too early? Will Matt Harms stay at Bayou for one more year? The 7'3" center finally gives his answer. To help make COVID-19 vaccination more convenient, Utah no longer requires providers to use it within a week. Family of man shot by police sues Cottonwood Heights, alleging they were brutalized at protest. More than 1 million Utahns are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Bayer loses fight over chemicals, EU blamed for killing bees. Amazon is turning hit sci-fi podcast from now into a TV show. Nuclear reactions are smoldering again at Chernobyl. Sinopharm, Chinese COVID vaccine gets WHO emergency approval. Sennheiser sells its consumer audio business to hearing aid specialist Sonova. Elon Musk's own engineers say he exaggerates autopilot capabilities. The coronavirus is an airborne threat, the CDC acknowledges an updated public guidance. LiveLeak, the internet font of gore and violence, has shut down. Analytics suggest 96% of users leave app tracking disabled in iOS 14.5. Sharks use Earth's magnetic field to navigate the seas. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Caught on camera, Union, Mo police arrest suspected arsonist. Metro bus driver credited with saving toddler found in just a diaper. Business is here, but I cannot hire anyone, Mary Ann's tea room announces closure. Students learn important lessons about traffic stops in St. Louis County before real-life situations turn tragic. You paid for it, St. Charles scraps proposed City Hall relocation. 2 dead after shooting at Kinloch Park. Pitcher goes yard alert, Flaherty hits homer off former Cardinal Austin Gomber. Waffle the rescue horse is expecting, Humane Society of Missouri launches live stream ahead of birth. Missouri's budget heads to Governor Parson without funding for Medicaid expansion. Rockwood School District working to clear misinformation about racial inclusion curriculum. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Diego Family Care discloses possible data breach. Photos, 15 arrested as illegal pot shop shut down in Spring Valley. El Cajon small businesses to get relief from grant program. Police serve search warrant at missing mom Maya Milit's Chula Vista home. We're devastated, sister of woman found dead in trash can pleads for answers. Migrant who left Tijuana campsite beats the odds, now living and working in SoCal. Vans shoe company co-founder dies at 90. Want to host a large-scale vaccination event in San Diego County? Here's how. Regal reopens more San Diego theaters. Former deputy admits 20 sex crime charges involving underage girls. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Halo by Pwas announces significant feature updates. Search continues for Lamarck man accused of killing wife. Family says he has bonded out of jail 3 times. Russia's SVR spy agency scanned for Microsoft Exchange server bug. UK and USA, cyberscoop. Man had videos of sex torture of babies and boasted he had no limits. If you invested $1,000 in GoPro stock 1 year ago, here's how much you'd have now. Secret Russian assassination squad linked to claims of bounties on U.S. troops in Afghanistan, report says. Watch, Ohio babysitter charged with abuse of toddler after parents plays hidden camera. Spies, Lies and Exile Review, Memories of a Mole. Watch out for hackers, Britain's spy agency tells smart cities. U.S. adds just 266K jobs in April, missing expectations by 73%. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. British Army awards contract for most lethal tank in Europe. U.S. Army light tank prototype spotted at spy facility in Michigan. Rheinmetall unveils new generation of tactical trucks. U.S. Air Force's MQ-9 Reapers gets bolstered capabilities. Russian Su-57 fighters cause mysterious sound that frightened Moscow residents. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. WHO approves China's Sinopharm vaccine for emergency use. Chinese rapper Ninian says expressing empathy for men doesn't make her anti-feminist. Chinese electric vehicle giant NIO goes to Norway. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, May 8, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 4 fun things, here's what's happening in the Bay Area. Suspect attempts to lure teen into car in San Anselmo, police. San Francisco bars gear up for first weekend in Yellowtier. How San Francisco is showing support for Colombia amid deadly protests. Oakland woman on a mission to donate diapers to mothers in need. What's happening in Colombia? Bay Area firefighters on high alert due to weather conditions. USGS explains why Shake Alert warned Bay Area residents of Truckee earthquake. Trial of Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes starts this summer. Dine English, celebrating Mother's Day. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Miley pitches MLB's 4th no-hitter of season, 2nd in 3 days. Nats rout Yankees 11-4 on late homers and 3 errors. Doncic, Mavs cruise past Cavs 110-90 to stay in 5th in West. Heat move back into 6th in East, top Timberwolves 121-112. Carlos Rodon, White Sox beat Royals 3-0. Explosion that killed 3 near Starved Rock State Park thought to be an accident. Illinois bridge phase of COVID-19 restrictions is coming, what will that mean? Divers pull person from vehicle sinking in Naperville Pond. Bail set at $25,000 for man accused of sex abuse in Elmhurst. Defendants plead not guilty in sex crime cases. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, May 8th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Gulf breeze brings back humidity and rain chance for Mother's Day. Remembering Joe Campo's Taurus death by HPD that sparked Moody Park riots. Search resumes Saturday for 2 missing boaters in Lake Conroe. Camera captures Southeast Houston car wash owner beaten with crowbar and then dragged. 2 in critical condition after ATV crash in North Harris County, HCSO says. Woman killed in fiery East X freeway crash was 23-year-old mom of 3-year-old girl. CA man fraudulently obtained $5 M in PPP loans, bought Ferrari, other cars, federal officials allege. Grand jury indicts 4 former Minneapolis officers on civil rights charges in George Floyd's death. 15-year-old dies of COVID-19 just 2 days after diagnosis. Olive ISD warning parents of app it says is being used by child sex predators. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. EU says US stand on patent virus waiver is no magic bullet. Kansas plan could give $500 min COVID relief to businesses. Medics, 200 Palestinians hurt in Al-Aqsa clashes with police. Fireworks damage Amsterdam cafe frequented by Ajax fans. Kansas legislators approve COVID-19 relief for businesses. AP photos, Spain takes vaccines to the rural homebound. In the French language, steps forward and back for women. Aaron Nato gets 2 hits in first game against Rockies. Slater hits tie-breaking HR, Giants beat Padres 5-4. Kessel, Soderstrom lead Coyotes past Sharks 5-2. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. At developers urging, NYPD cracks down on Hudson Yard Street vendors. Extra, families are being torn apart by anti-vax misinformation and propaganda. After feuding with MTA over subway safety, NYC agrees to add volunteer police officers underground. AMNH's Walls of Gems and Minerals to reopen with new look this June. Donuts, baseball tickets, cheesecake, and more, the best vaccine incentives in NYC. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Early edition, gorgeous views from historic NYC buildings that you'll likely never see in person. It was her story to tell, Frank of Stringer accuser says she told him about the alleged sexual assault in 2014. NYC bus and subway workers record lowest COVID-19 vaccination rate at MTA. Nearly 70% of all New York State judges are white, new report finds. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Climate change threatens winged harbinger of spring. WHO approves Chinese COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. Informal dialogue on UN chief selection process gets underway. Security Council upholds role of multilateralism in a complex world. India's new COVID-19 wave is spreading like wildfire, warns UN Children's Fund. No time to lose, stop flow of deadly weapons to Myanmar military now, urges UN rights expert. Stop evictions in East Jerusalem neighborhood immediately, UN rights office urges Israel. The illusion of digital inclusion in the post-COVID world. Africa goes digital. Dr. Aksa Sheikh, transgender doctor injecting hope during COVID pandemic. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. In wake of HRW apartheid report, Israeli propagandists launch global PR offensive. Melinda Gates was upset and uncomfortable after she and Bill Gates met with Jeffrey Epstein, the Daily Beast reports. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Trump unsuccessfully try to get back on Twitter? California man accused of selling fake vaccination cards. Montana governor signs bill targeting transgender athletes. Idaho shooting, very few school incidents committed by girls. Will using Twitter's tip jar sometimes send recipient her address? Cruise giant Norwegian threatens to skip Florida's ports. Did Chelsea Clinton tweet if Jesus were alive today he'd be working at Planned Parenthood? Did AOC say she was a Planned Parenthood baby? Cracker Barrel diners leaving behind framed photos, TikTok videos show. Meghan wins remainder of copyright claim against UK tabloid. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. This body wash smells like I'm hiking through a forest. Shrill's final season shows us the hell of going to the doctor while fat. Gates and Green rile up the MAGA faithful with talk of guns and election lies at Florida rally. Camping was so popular it became basic and nearly ruined the outdoors. Girls 5 Eva is the most fun binge of the year. How Stalin's funeral exposed the crazed cult of Soviet communism. Prince Harry and Prince William's feud becomes a battle of rival royal brands. My extra long nails have made me a whole new person. He balloon dropped 500,000 anti-Kim flyers on North Korea, then cops knocked on his door. Angry, entitled Disney adults are the heart and soul of the GOP. The next headlines are from the New York Post. David Garcia's wildness crops up again in Yankees Triple-A start. Mets Jacob deGrom expected to return Sunday. Francisco Linder's rat tail unnecessary drama for Mets. Hundreds injured in Jerusalem protests over pending Palestinian evictions. Reds Wade Miley no-hits Indians wearing Suns fitting good luck charm. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. How will life on Earth end? The sky this week. New moon means deep sky observing. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Chinese rocket debris expected to hit Earth this weekend. Science journalist says Earth is on verge of another mass extinction. Scientists unsure where uncontrolled rocket debris will hit Earth. Climate expert weighs in on Biden's promise to cut greenhouse gas emissions. Where does nuclear power fit in as the U.S. begins moving away from fossil fuels? U.S. coronavirus cases and deaths plummet as officials push for vaccinations. India breaks its COVID record as concerns arise over the government downplaying the crisis. SpaceX Starship prototype launch a success. Former circus elephants get spacious new home in Florida. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Andrew Brown's family will see more bodicam footage of the NC man's fatal shooting by police. Rachel Zoll, religion reporter, dies of cancer at 55. Plane's emergency door flies off just before takeoff. It was scary. San Francisco firefighter suffers fatal cardiac arrest on his wedding day. After further consideration, TripAdvisor removes fund for the family review of Auschwitz. Handcuffed kids, ages 7 and 10, found in back of car, police make 2 arrests. Palestinians clash with Israeli police at holy site. Georgia judge sets October trial for 3 suspects in caught on video Ahmaud Arbery homicide. AOC hints at bigger role in New York City's primary elections, promos mobile vax sites with Mayor de Blasio. India's disaster hangs over countries facing COVID-19 surges. The following headlines are from military.com. CNO says Navy Department has strong case for getting bigger slice of defense budget. First women graduate from Marine Boot Camp at San Diego. Army Light Infantry, Stryker and Armored Forces are getting this advanced comms gear. Radiation exposure and liver flukes, little-known veterans issues get attention in Congress. Army trainee accused of hijacking school bus charged with 19 counts of kidnapping. Army approves fitness test exception for E4S to keep up promotion potential. $100K grant to Make-A-Wish Foundation boosts outreach to military families. Army wants new medical gel that seals off hemorrhaging wounds on the battlefield. Former Marine arrested in killing of another veteran in Orlando. U.S. says fate of nuclear pact up to Iran as talks resume. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Departing CPS CEO Janice Jackson has been tied to the district since preschool. Can her replacement succeed without such deep Chicago roots? Column, in praise of our mother's best friends. Former Joliet Catholic teacher accused of grooming didn't fulfill employment requirements, Joliet Diocese says. Will there be major summer road construction near you? Search your map and list. Major roadwork resumes in Chicago area just as more drivers venture back behind the wheel. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 73,526 vaccine doses administered, 3,321 new COVID-19 cases and 36 additional deaths reported Friday. Lightfoot orders new study of southeast side pollution after Biden EPA and neighborhood activists raise concerns about proposed scrap shredder. Assailant opens fire outside far south side home, hitting man inside, police say. Chicago street vendor in intensive care unit after contracting COVID-19 days before he was scheduled to get vaccine. It's the most vulnerable that keep getting infected. Despite sharp drop in demand for shots, wheels keep turning on Chicago's CTA COVID-19 vaccination bus. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Ingenuity Mars helicopter completes first one-way trip. Last wild macaw in Rio is lonely and looking for love. California agency approves warehouse rule for air quality. Chinese rocket to tumble back to Earth in uncontrolled re-entry. China's rocket out of control but risk of damage low, say experts. AP interview, NASA chief big on climate, hedges on moon date. Massive molecular study uncovers clues to the evolution and diversification of essential plant family. Archaeologists pinpoint population for the Greater Angkor region. New research sets stage for development of salmonella vaccine. Growth of satire during age of politeness saw worries ridicule could lead to abuse, research shows. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, May 8th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Barca, Madrid, Juve cling on to Super League, denounce UEFA. Pakistan opposition leader prevented from leaving country. Leading off, Twins Buxton, Reds Votto added to IL. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Horoscopes May 8, 2021, Enrique Iglesias, focus on what you intend to achieve this year. Word game, May 8, 2021. Bridge, May 8, 2021. Ask Amy, I don't want to make the bride feel bad, but I have an awkward question. Harriet Cole, I got written up at work, should I quit? Miss Manners, I blocked my boss's texts, was that a bad move? Dear Abby, our shopping trip turned into a stolen valor incident. San Jose, 1 killed, 4 injured in solo rollover crash. Prep basketball, Michael Mitchell propels Midi to comeback victory at Bellarmine. Austin Slater's home run gives Giants series opening win over Padres. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Friday's sports in brief. How Tampa high schooler got signed to Capitol Records. Hemingway lookalike contest returns to Florida Keys. Mother's Day resonates for mother of Sanjay Gupta. Post-industrial public steps could use some love, attention. The next headlines are from The Intercept. The business class has been fear-mongering about worker shortages for centuries. The deconstructed May Day special. Empire politician. ICE subverting Biden's priorities for detention and deportation. A climate dystopia in Northern California. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, May 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Mild COVID-19 infection is very unlikely to cause lasting heart damage. The role of the gut microbiota in inflammatory skin diseases. The Lancet Rheumatology, largest study to date, confirms non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications do not result in worse COVID-19 outcomes. Algorithms show accuracy engaging on consciousness under general anesthesia. Navigating the COVID-19 crisis to prevent pressure injuries, Learning Health System helped one hospital adapt and update care in real time. Turning a pancreatic cancer cell's addiction into a death sentence. Novel matrix-based slow-release urea improves crop production. The first hydroxide conductivity in anion-conducting polymer thin films. Latest peer-reviewed research, immediate global ivermectin use will end COVID-19 pandemic. The structure of DNA is found to be actively involved in genome regulation. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Justin Fields' it factor, toughness in big moments. How I wish I could dance with mama again. President Biden's plan for universal preschool is the great equalizer for kids. 17-year-old boy hurt in shooting Saturday morning. Man killed in Westtown hit and run, police. Horoscope for Saturday, May 8, 2021. Man fatally shot in Austin, police. Carlos Rodon continues eventful White Sox week with 6 scoreless innings to beat Royals. With fans back in the United Center, Bulls beat up Celtics. Bulls fans return to United Center. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, May 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. A truck toms over at 59 South at 288 and Friday traffic backs up for miles. Texas House approves Republican-backed voting bill over Democratic cries of voter suppression. KP George snubs Greater Houston Partnership and blasts Fort Bend County Commissioners. Rockets have 13 players on their injury report. Air Jordan returns in win over New York. Openings and closings, The Limber by David Cordua, Van Leeuwen ice cream arrives. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, treat mom to a decadent brunch this Mother's Day. Yusef Lateef's worldwide jazz journey reissued on vinyl. Recent third-round QB history not kind to Houston Texans. Houston Chamber Choir summons patron saint of music in season finale. The next headlines are about world records making news. Record breaker Yang Jungsuan, an artistic girl and a flying fish, Xinhua English News CN, Xinhua. DK Metcalf's Olympic trial, how to watch NFL star attempt to qualify for USA track and field team, Sporting News. Guinness World Record holder Percival Luke adds to record-breaking fast food toy collection, Perth Now. Marietta man believes he can break tractor land speed record, Parkersburg News. Archer believes he'll break land speed record, Marietta Times. Passages, Olympic silver medalist Georgy Prokopenko dies at age 84, Swimming World magazine. Tongue-tying world record holder hosts Plus fundraiser, Navarre Press. World record WR not a bad boy, his mother tells court, Morning Bulletin. NCAA home run record is in Jesse Harper's sights, and so is Women's College World Series, ESPN. Forest man takes home Guinness World Record for Lego creation, WSET. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Too bad, Zuck, just 4% of US iPhone users let apps track them after iOS update. Elon Musk's SpaceX is reportedly trying to gobble up this small Texas community. Marvel's Falcon becomes Captain America in this VFX video breaking down his transformation. Peacock sentences space convicts series intergalactic to U.S. custody. Ibuprofen doesn't worsen COVID-19, large new study finds. YouTube found the pettiest loophole in its battle against Roku. Melinda Gates reportedly warned Bill not to pal around with infamous pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. This week's toys definitely didn't see this coming. Good night, meet Prince. New report shows phone cracking tech is being used to target journalists in Botswana. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 118.76 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 104.62 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 75.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Windows 10 Sun Valley will do away with Windows 95 era icons. Sony faces lawsuit over alleged monopoly pricing of PlayStation downloads. 96% of U.S. users opt out of app tracking in iOS 14.5, analytics find. Ajit Pai promised cheaper internet, real prices rose 19% instead. Tesla Autopilot director contradicts Musk's self-driving timeline. Google wants people to use Tufa, so it's just going to turn it on for them. Facebook and Big Pharma exploited disease awareness for personalized marketing. Did our ancestors kill all the island megafauna? IBM creates the world's first 2nm chip. Unsolved mysteries of the Warhammer 40k universe with loremaster Dan Abnett. Next, announcements from the World Health Organization. Joint Statement on Transparency and Data Integrity International Coalition of Medicines Regulatory Authorities, ICMRA, and WHO. The following headlines are from Raw Story. The U.S. owes Hawaiians millions of dollars worth of land. Congress helped make sure the debt wasn't paid. COVID testing has turned into a financial windfall for hospitals and other providers. Watchdog demands records on DeSantis voter suppression publicity stunt on Fox News. Trump allies desperately want to take down Liz Cheney, but they're already seeing a problem. Watch, a fake Trump supporter tricks Ted Cruz into bragging about his role in pushing the big lie. Bill Maher is livid Republicans are no longer the fuddy-duddy party. Rick Wilson defends Liz Cheney during profane rant against Republicans on HBO's Real Time. Republican has the girl in my bathtub section on campaign website to explain dead paralegal. Ron DeSantis committing absolutely unforgivable mistake threatening Florida's economy, Miami mayor. Feds investigating Giuliani's push to get Trump administration to grant Ukrainian a visa, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The real reason women aren't applying to restaurant jobs. Wyoming threatens to sue states that won't buy its coal. Republican governors, again, turn down millions that would aid their own constituents. From our archives, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is not your friend. How Liz Cheney and her dad paved the way for the big lie. Elise Stefanik was always playing the long game. I hate seeing myself on Zoom. Turns out, I'm not alone. Trump spawned a new group of mega-donors who now hold sway over the GOP's future. How Bitcoin mining keeps old fossil fuel plants alive. The wave of GOP anti-protest bills will criminalize protesters and sabotage police reform, too. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Supergirl star Easy Tesfaye suits up as Guardian in first look photo, TV News Roundup, Variety. Utah Canyoneering life lessons, extreme hiking and gratitude, Los Angeles Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. 5 best nootropic smart drugs available online 2021, Miami New Times. Brain fitness market by 2028 top winning strategies, COVID-19 impacting factors, business strategies, farmingweb.com. Investor Ideas Podcasts number 561, Cannabis News and Stocks on the Move, CSE, XTRX, CSE, TER, NASDAQ, CRON, TSX, CRON, CSE, TRIP, NASDAQ, MNMD, InvestorIdeas.com. Take a deep, healing breath, Deccan Chronicle. Minds Lab Pro Review, no negative complaints or side effects, Juno Empire. AI and MedTech, risks and opportunities of innovative technologies in medical applications, MedTech Intelligence. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, May 8, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Project announcement, evaluation of the DoD's actions regarding the unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, May 8, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.